Am I the a-hole for explaining my accommodations to my classmates? So this started a few months ago. I'm autistic with ADHD, so I'm likely the a-hole here. I'm 15F and have recently been diagnosed with both autism and ADHD. My school wasn't very good at accommodating me to the degree that I was bullied and had shutdowns or meltdowns several times a week. It got so bad that I would lock myself in my room from the time I got home until dinner. I also struggled a lot with thoughts of harming myself and ending it. Luckily, I am getting help for those. Later, I went down to 2 hours of school a day in order to somewhat function, which was very hard for my classmates to understand. They have always been very ableist, and I got called the R word quite often. I got comments quite often, and was even told to just stay home since I only went to school 2 hours a few days a week. Now this is where I might be the a-hole. We were in class and having a discussion. I was asked by a classmate how it's like for me to have a meltdown / how it feels and all that stuff. Then my other classmate, 15F, butted in and very loudly said that special education is bullshit and shouldn't exist because it doesn't prepare the kids for the real world / doesn't help them and only spoils them. And that disability is just an excuse to be lazy. So I should pull myself up by my bootstraps and make peace with living in a world that wasn't exactly built for someone like me. I then went on to explain why I needed my accommodations, especially that it's to make sure I don't harm myself again and start to spiral, which I guess really offended her since it showed that I wasn't trying to use my diagnosis as an excuse like she probably thought. Later, she yelled at me for finishing an assignment faster than her. The subject was on my special interest, and I physically cannot get myself to fully rewrite a paper. I need to write it in one go and then correct any mistakes, which she didn't understand. Which brings me to 2 weeks ago. I've recently been accepted into a school for children who are in need of more than a typical education. Think talking with a psychiatrist daily and stuff like that. So this is my last week in this class. My classmates were curious as to why I needed this and what it offered me. The new school gets a pretty big amount of money from the state, about 10,000 euros for every child / month, so they can provide a lot of stuff for their students. I explained that my new school will provide breakfast / lunch. They will provide everything I need from school supplies to tampons, and they pay their students €1 for every hour of focused work in class. To make sure we don't stress about after-school work and try to stay focused in class, they also allow the students to take breaks, play games, and play with the 3 dogs at the school. My classmates were not very happy with my answer. They thought it was unfair and should be banned, and I again explained why I needed these accommodations. They called me an a-hole and refused to speak with me, which I am more than happy with. This Monday, I started at my new school and cut contact from my former classmates. I have never been happier. So am I the a-hole? I'm really confused, but I want to know how I can improve. I really hate offending others or making someone sad, and I want to be a good person. It would be nice with an outside perspective on this.